There's more evidence this morning of Russia hacking and trying to help President Trump. Microsoft says it has executed a court order to shut down 6 fake websites created by Russian intelligence. This time, the hackers were pretending to be conservative think tanks like the Hudson Institute and the International Republican Institute, groups that have been critical of the president. The FBI has no immediate comment on the Microsoft order or whether this might be connected to the Justice Department's investigation of alleged Russian hacking. The president for the International Republican Institute, Daniel Twining, says the hack is, quote, clearly designed to sow confusion, conflict, and fear among those who criticize Mr. Putin's authoritarian regime. Ellen Nakashima is a national security reporter for the Washington Post, and she joins me now. It's good to have you here. These hackers, I guess they're called Fancy Bear. They actually were named in Special Counsel Robert Mueller's indictment of those 12 Russian intelligence officials last month when he was talking about interference in the 2016 election. What have they been doing exactly?
So Fancy Bear, or APT-28, is a unit of the Russian military spy agency, GRU, the GRU. And they have been active for years and years in information warfare campaigns across Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and the United States. And they famously hacked into the Democratic National Committee in 2016, and as well as into John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, his email account. And they famously dumped those emails out into the public on WikiLeaks, which really threw the 2016 election into disarray.
So they haven't gone away. They're continuing.
That's correct. And we shouldn't be surprised that they haven't gone away because, in fact, we've been warned and told by intelligence officials for the last 2 years that they're not going away, that they're going to continue their efforts. And I want to at least make one point clear here. What they do is they do espionage as well as information warfare, which is weaponizing information they steal by putting it out into the public sphere in a way that can embarrass a candidate or create confusion and discord. We don't know yet exactly what their goal was with this latest effort to create fake websites mimicking conservative think tanks. Perhaps it was straight espionage, perhaps it was an effort to see if they could find very damaging information that they could put out there to create more confusion and discord, and perhaps to help President Trump. But their ultimate goal is really to undermine U.S. democracy, the values of openness, transparency, and democracy, and enhance the already existing divisions we have here in the U.S. society.
So is it that our laws are not sufficient or haven't kept up with what's out there? The reason they're still operating, are they out-teching us? Why have we not been able to stop them?
Well, part of it is first getting a grip and understanding on what it is they're doing, the scope of their campaign. And secondly, it's not a problem that can be addressed solely by the U.S. government alone. In fact, a large part of the battlefield is in the private sector, on the networks and on the pipes of private companies or private sector companies, tech companies, where we, as Americans, really don't want our U.S. intelligence agencies and law enforcement agencies snooping around and sitting on them and sniffing out threats. That would be considered even invasion of privacy and civil liberties. So that's the scene that the Russians have cleverly exploited in the last several years, knowing that the tech sector has traditionally been off limits to U.S. federal agencies, and so they can sort of root around with impunity. What's good here, what's interesting here, is that tech companies are starting to fight back. Microsoft has become much more proactive and aggressive about discovering, detecting Russian actors on registering fake websites, etc., and has taken actions to unilaterally take them down by transferring them over to their own domains.
As we look at why they're doing this, these conservative think tanks and groups, many of them have broken with Donald Trump and also criticized the Kremlin. Senator John McCain, Mitt Romney are on the board of the International Republican Institute. Those are two men who have been very openly critical of the president. Does that signal something, or is it just impossible to know without going back to the source and figuring out exactly what do we surmise from it?
What's important to know is that the Russians really aren't strictly partisan in their campaigns. Their overarching goal is to divide and conquer, is to foment confusion and doubt, and set one off against the other. And so they can do that by hacking into Republicans and as well as hacking into Democrats. They're going to do that. And yes, these are conservative institutes whose board members have not been shy about voicing criticism of the president when they believe it's warranted. Or, for instance, the Hudson Institute recently hosted the Director of National Intelligence, Dan Coates, who warned about the lights are blinking red here in America. And, you know, then the Russians are the most aggressive actor in this space, and they are, you know, we need to be very aware of and alert to any big cyber attacks coming. So, yes, it's you know, it's hard to know whether they were planning to see if they could get information that they could find and put out into the public domain. Maybe they just wanted to take information that could help them in their own espionage efforts, which is what spy agencies have been doing for millennia, right?
Yeah.
Just finding out what their adversaries are up to.
Ellen Nakashima, thank you so much. Great reporting in the Washington Post. And for another perspective on this and why they're doing what they're doing, today on Andrea Mitchell Reports, Andrea's